but this time we back. Purpose on Purpose. Let's talk about it. The difference is that woman ain't with us, so we dedicating this whole season to Angel Savage. And I got a couple of co-hosts with me. To my right, I got my boy.
My bro. Yo, I'm in the building. My name Ronald Ross.
Got to talking to the
My
mic.
name Ronald Ross. We here.
To my left.
Matt, long time, good friend. That's all I can really say. Here to represent someone who's got nothing but love.
Exactly.
Yeah, facts, man. It's been 3 years since we've been back at it. It's been hard to get back at it, honestly. You know, Angel was a big piece to Portland, a big piece to the world, and definitely like a major key to Purpose on Purpose, you know. And Purpose on Purpose all started from a barbershop conversation. Actually, it started from a text message I received, and then getting my hair cut. I'm like, we needed something like this on our level to talk about things that get swept under the rug. We just ain't sweeping under the rug no more.
Right.
You know? And yeah, like this morning I'm looked at the whole service and listening to the service and listening to the people talk. And but before we go into it, let's dive in with you, Matt. Yeah, let us know a little bit about you.
For those who don't know me, Angel was a part of my life for about 16, possibly 17 years. It's hard to remember because it's so long. I moved from Mo, Missouri, for those who don't know.
Shouts out.
Yeah, heavy influence of East St. Louis, just times meant to be forgotten. But I was off probation 6 months after being released, and I was only 17 years old. Threw all my clothes in a black trash bag and hit the road. And somehow, after about a year of not being able to find a good barber, I asked everybody where the black folk was. I need a good cut. So
Facts.
they told me to hop the Killingsworth bus down to MLK and to just check it out. And that's what I did. So I'm like 18 years old, still baggy clothes, hat cocked to the east, possibly rag in back pocket. And no more than probably like 20 blocks down the road, that's where I found Signature Cuts. That was Angel. That was the first time introduced. I looked ridiculous as fuck. I hadn't let go of my gangster. I was a whole different element. But open arms. No judgment, no prejudice, nothing other than I think her and I were able to establish we shared the same love, the same energy. And right at that point, that was friendship on out. It was a slow build. You know, she cut my hair every week. And that was it for a long time. Transition. Her life was different from mine. I was young, growing weed, just doing my thing. Started businesses. We didn't have all that time to connect as much as I think we should have. But then again, one of the things that her and I connected a lot on was spirituality and love for everybody, unconditional love, which is what I think really connected us. We didn't believe the same religious beliefs, but we had things that were connecting us on a love aspect and on a spiritual aspect. And that's what carried us through the whole relationship, all the way to the end. And that's what I want to make sure that I highlight while I'm here.
Nice,
Appreciate
man.
you, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here, man. Word up. You know, I
Thank
shared
you for
that.
having me.
I shared a great experience with Angel, man. I met her through my big bro, and I remember the day bro called me and let me know that they was doing a podcast. You know what I'm saying? And
The first Purpose on Purpose?
first Purpose on Purpose, man. I just lost my.
Wait, hold on. You said the first Purpose on Purpose, like this this technically is the third one.
You know what I'm saying? This is like
third season, third one.
Season 3. This is season 3 right here.
Yeah.
If you don't know, go check out that Purpose on Purpose YouTube channel. Yeah, type it in, check it out. You know, you see our previous shows or whatnot. But
Yeah, so shout out to Keisha.
yeah,
You know, give a shout out to Keisha.
man. Salute. I lost my grandfather. You know what I'm saying? My grandfather died in New York, and I was at home and got the call from bro that he's doing a podcast, and I was super nervous because never really been like a podcast. I never really been like the camera guy. You know what I mean? So it was interesting for me, and I was like, yeah, I'm down. You know, and I met Angel, and like you said, man, it was nothing but open arms. It was just love. You know what I'm saying? Going to her house. You know what I used to do that she hated? I used to bring her flowers. Sis, I used to bring sis flowers.
Why did you start bringing flowers?
Bro, I don't know. I just felt like an individual like her deserved flowers. Because she was so real and so open and so loving to so many people. It was like, damn. And you go to our house, let me tell you something. You go to our house was immaculate. You know what I'm saying?
Pristine.
Yeah.
Immaculate.
Hey, look, motorcycle in the fucking kitchen. It's still beautiful. It's still pristine. Immaculate.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I gave her flowers, man. And I'm happy that I did that. I'm happy that I gave her flowers while she was here. So she could smell them, man.
That was the funniest thing ever. Sis called me hot. She hot. She said, what's wrong with him? I'm like, wait, what's going on? What you talking about? She said, I don't know what's wrong with him. He brought me some flowers. Tell him don't never bring me flowers.
And I kept bringing her flowers. And I was bringing her flowers.
And every time
he told you.
Yeah, and every time he still did it, she used to go off. Like
I'll still bring her flowers.
She said what I say, is he kind of slow?
It's too wild. It's too wild. I would still bring her flowers because I feel like she deserved them, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I watch, shouts out to, you know, Drink Champs, you know, they give people their flowers and they golden flowers and they get them, you know what I'm saying, for the OGs in the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even, me personally, it wasn't even a thought like that. It was just like, this person deserves her flowers, man. You sit there and there's not a person in this scene that can say something bad about her. You know what I'm saying? Like, her name was so, it was held in so much high regard. Like, why not give her flowers while she's here?
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
That's the times we living in, though. It's like, jump off subject real quick, but stick to the flowers thing. Like, you call somebody nowadays and you give them they flowers, first thing they say is, what's going on? Everything all right with you?
Yeah.
And you're like, nah, man, I really appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You matter in my life, you know? It's sad. But I'm glad y'all had that good introduction when y'all first met her, because I got the cold shoulder when I first met her. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
She barely even told me about you.
Yeah.
It's funny. That last, like, honestly, her and I had the last 5 years of her and I relationship was distraught because I dealt with a long-term relationship that ended in a long time of addiction. And I know because she was dealing with her shit, because she didn't really open up and speak to me because there was nothing I could do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, I wasn't a voice for reason. And then when she found you, and that was a big moment. And I saw it in her when she was able to show me that she had a comfort zone, she had a place where she could be
it's dope.
herself. That was important, and I only got to see it for the last bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, not to jump.
I mean, it's dope because you had a part for 18 years, you know, and I was in Sis' life for like 3 years, but that 3 years feel like forever.
Forever.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like this person you talking to like every other day, you know. But I got a two-part question for you.
Yeah.
Since y'all like to say I don't do my proper, what y'all call it?
I know your side.
Organization.
Is that what we're talking about?
I just like the flow.
You research, but
yeah, you know, I got some questions.
Oh, well, let me get the bullet.
It's a couple of them, you know what I'm saying? But it's a two-part question though, because you spoke on something early on when you were talking. You said you and Sis connected on a spiritual note, right?
Yeah.
So, like I said, two-part question. What's your fear in life about believing in God and Christ? That's the first question. Have you ever been in a relationship, and it doesn't have to be intimate, and how was that relationship? What I mean by like, have you ever been in a relationship that wasn't intimate? Like, have you ever was close? Well, you said you was because Sis spiritual. Yeah. So, so let's just go to the first part of that question then. What's your fear about believing in God and Christ? Even if it is a fear, I don't know if it's a fear.
Here's the thing. Besides, it's very minimally based in fear. Fear has been something that's not a factor to me from a long time. In a weird touch base that we'll probably have a whole episode about. The first time I tried to commit suicide, I was 10 years old. So as far as life and death, things like that, man, this is minimal compared. I think that existence as a whole should be expressed through love.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, unconditionally. And that's one thing I think Angel carried about herself a lot.
Yeah.
She was perceptionally intelligent. She could perceive a moment. You know, someone could walk in the barbershop and she'd be like, oh, hold on,
Yeah.
no, hold on. She would give them the most cold shoulder ass and wait for them to prove themselves and see if they could like break down her fucking walls.
Mm-hmm.
And I respected that shit about her because the first time I met her, I was young.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had to break that down. I had to do that. She questioned me to the core. But ultimately, what we connected on was the fact that I think ultimately it's not about faith as much as it is about hope when it comes to humanity and what we value in community and how we take care of each other. We have a hope for something greater and better, and things that are based in hope are generally based in something that we can achieve, right? It's something that we can work together. We can formulate a plan. What scared me a lot about God and the things that she thinks about is that it's based in faith, right?
Yeah.
And faith 9 times out of 10 is letting go of responsibility, letting go of control. And I'm not saying that that's not something that could be valued by some people, and that's how you can achieve your goal. If you're looking for the same goal, right? Your same goal is still love and humility, and to give that sort of understanding to everybody. I think we can achieve that goals just differently between people. I couldn't achieve it through the way she achieved it, right? Like her faith was based in God and Jesus, whereas my faith, when I was young, we're talking my young 20s, was based in patriotism, which is no longer a concern of mine. But at the same time, I thought if we could bring humanity into a value that was something for the better, for love, for hope, for creation of something better, that's where we bound. That's where her and I connected. We could always have a conversation about how to make each other better and how to be an open arm, a humble individual for anybody, any soul. That's where we connected all the time. And yes, the fear that you talk about, it could be placed in fear of faith, but I think faith is it's a lost. It's lost. I don't know. I think faith. This is where we're going to have a problem. We're going to talk about faith. We talk about God. We're going to talk about Jesus and everything. And in fact, if you really talk about history, I've got a long recorded history in my mind where Jesus is placed in multiple historical depictions. It's just that I think that a lot of other religions that were predecessors to the pagan-based Jesus and God and all these things, they had the same ideology, and that was love. And I think love thyself is love thy neighbor is something that comes from internal love. And the only way that you can love the people around you and to give yourself a platform for, I guess, to be like she was, a pastor, a preacher, someone to speak on that, is that while she held herself in her faith, the main thing she expressed was outside of the faith. More, it was into the love. Into the love. And that's where we connected all the time. I think the love is the base of it. That's it.
It's important. It's very important.
Unconditionally.
How I stay grounded is by faith and by hope, but also surrounding myself with individuals that I can learn from and that can learn from me as well. Because iron sharpens iron. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if I'm surrounding myself around individuals that I can't learn from and I'm the smartest individual in the room, that's a room I don't want to be in.
Wasting your time.
I'm wasting my damn time.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like he said, he called me slow earlier. But it's all jokes. It's love. But you know what? At the end of the day, like,
Definitely love.
It's all love because as much as I learn from him, he learns from me as well. And I learn from you. And I've definitely learned from Angel. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, speaking on this one day, I went to Angel's house one day. And I knocked on her door, and I saw this thing that came across my YouTube feed about Steve Harvey being a motivational speaker. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what? Never knew dude was a motivational speaker.
Oh yeah.
And he was talking about being the engine. You know what I'm saying? Being the engine. How an engine is molded out of raw material to become something put in the car to be used for ages and ages and ages. Even though you got to fix on it, even though you got to build on it. And like,
it sounds like an analogy for sacrifice. That's what it sounds like. I think one thing that the Angel and I shared to the core, something we talked about a lot. Once again, like I said, faith versus, my patriotism at the time. If you were intelligent enough and aware enough to see through the veil, then you have a job. You have a duty.
Absolutely.
You have a fucking duty. Don't deny it.
Can't water that.
You got work to do. You got work to do.
Yeah.
So you must awaken the flock. And I'm not saying that we agreed on what the flock was necessarily.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is we agreed that if you had a general acknowledgement that was beyond selfishness, right? Selfless behaviors, acts of kindness that actually created self-love, it's the only way to do it.
The only way
is to project yourself into love outside of yourself. That was the core of it right there.
And that work is never done, brother.
Nah, never.
That work is never
you'll do that till the day you die.
Oh, yeah.
And you have taken on that responsibility. You're going to be exhausted until your death. Mm-hmm. And that's fine. And I think she was. And I think that woman, I think she was relieved of some responsibility.
Absolutely.
In the time of her passing.
Absolutely.
She was dealing with a lot of physical ailments on top of the transition between her sobriety life. Those stacked upon what I think all of us have dealt with between 2020 and current time. I think it was given to her. And call that your God, your Christ, your whatever it was. I think it was given to her.
Yeah, and
I think she deserved that.
Yeah, I kind of disagree with the what's the name part. What she had. Wait, what you said? She
responsibility?
No, not the responsibility part. Like she had too much. Like she was carrying too much weight, or she had too much on her.
Oh well. I more meant to say she was given a blessing because she was.
Yeah, and she
was going through a lot.
Yeah, she was. But that's why I said I disagree because like you said it before that part. Like once you tapped into what your purpose is, and you go after your purpose and you live in your purpose, that burden tends to like that load gets lighter. I believe that load gets lighter. But it's the key to lightening that load, though. So for me, since I believe in Christ, I do believe that faith take a part in it.
Yeah.
With the faith with the sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? That means I got to let go of all my ways to be this every day. You know what I'm saying? And one thing she did was she cleansed herself, like, even with church. I remember talking to the pastor, and the pastor said, like, 2 weeks prior, she stepped outside and was like, I'm free. You know what I'm saying? And that's like, this all after she getting clean. She outside, walk out to church, hallelujah, I'm free. You know what I'm saying? That's when I think that burden was like, and all that weight that you said she was carrying. So I ain't gonna say disagree. I agree, and I agree with you, but I feel like it was all lifted because of what she believed in and having that faith in what she believed in.
She said it too. No, Christ frees is free indeed.
Yeah.
I mean, you see in the 60-day video.
Yeah.
Come on,
No.
In the 60-day video, the relief you could see just in the introduction when she started the video, man, oh man.
Yeah.
She was like washing her hands right now.
Yeah.
And you can always see that on the end. You see it in their face, you see it in their eyes, you see it in they wear that.
Yeah, everything. And like even her medical condition, like I feel like once all that happened, the 60-day video, everything, once all that took place, I don't even feel like she felt pain no more.
Great.
You know what I'm saying? Because we was in the shop with her that night, and I'm trying to get her to go to the hospital, bro, and she not going for it. She like, no. So we gonna go tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like as I look back at that night though, it's like she was already gone. You know, I'm just talking to the temple, the spirit already gone.
Yeah.
You know? But my next question, both of y'all, like, how was that day when you got the call? Did anything change? Like, what's been different since you got that call, and what's been the same, if anything?
So, I happened to be at work right down the street when I got that phone call, and I ran to her house because I was running to her house because a part of me was like, nah, this shit ain't true. A part of me was like, damn, I hope she okay. A part of me was like, yo, I hope dude who called me is messing with me right now. But when I got there and I walked to her front door and like the people was already in her house, I couldn't make it around that corner because I just knew, bro. I just knew. And things that a lot of things started resonating with me, man. A lot of things started resonating with me. I mean, as much as I did not want to see my sister gone, it was time. She was freed. That 60-day video she did, everything that you experienced with her in the shop in her last moments, bro, she was freed, man. And as selfish as I want to be like, damn, like I want her here, she's still here in spirit with us, man. I believe that wholeheartedly. Like I said, man, I got her hoodies in my room from the couple days after we went to the crib and they was giving us her stuff. Like, the hoodies still smell like her. And I'm like, what? I just smelled the hoodie the other day and I'm like, damn, this thing still smell like Angel. You know what I'm saying? My house, the amount of Febreze I spray in my house and all that.
You can't get rid of it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that hoodie
I still got
smell like
Mello's
her.
clothes and Mello's toys, her dog. I still got them at the house and they smell like. You can't get rid of the smell.
I mean, and how do you kill a legend? You can't never kill a legend. Legends live forever, bro. Yeah. Her name will live on forever. You can never kill a legend, man. So I'm more missing that smile, that laugh. You know what I'm saying? I'm more missing that. You know what I mean? But it stays here. You know, I walk with that, man. She would hate the fact that I started smoking again. Because she's trying to take my watch over that shit already. You know what I'm
No, she ain't. No, hold on. Because she
my watch.
Nah, sis ain't never tried to do nothing.
she
took the watch. She took the watch. Yeah.
She's like, run the watch.
Yeah. He tried to get up out of there. He tried to hit her with the Barry White. Sis? She's like, nah, give me that. That's off. Give me that.
You know?
Yeah.
I remember every time she finished cutting my hair, I hit her with the two-step.
Yeah.
Feeling like Ray J. Yes.
Matt, where you at with it?
Then I got the call, man. It came from Fame. My shop that I run is like 2 miles down the road. So, middle of the work day, yeah, same shit, man. I was fucking focused. I'm working, and I complete 180 done, man. Fucking dark. Fane called me and he was flatline, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know how else to explain it. There was no emotion when he said it. And it was kind of, I was definitely taken aback because I didn't know how to, and he was flatline. He didn't know what the fuck he was saying. It's just gone. So yeah, man, I jumped in my car and I drove down. Yeah, ran an MLK probably like 60 miles an hour. I was there in 3 minutes. I was right there. Threw my car in park, jumped out. It's a whole pile of people. Yeah, pretty much just paced back and forth. In dead tears. Couldn't go inside, couldn't do nothing about it. It was just hopelessness. The one thing that did happen to me for a moment, to say in a weird way, when it happened, her and I had talked a lot about my struggle through the business that I've been building for a long time. Took a lot of years and I'm tired, man. I'm stressed out. I'm tired. And in the last bit, I was dealing with some emotional trauma with the female. We were going through a 7-year relationship breakup. And she let me live with her for like 3 months before I found my little space. And that was like 6 months before this happened. I ain't know shit. She didn't say nothing. She was still doing her thing. But I know she couldn't talk to me. She couldn't talk to me. I was sitting in her apartment drinking a bottle of Jameson a night, you know?
Yeah.
I was dealing with my own shit. And we just connected on the same basis that we always did. It was all love. I still took that dog every week, every Sunday. Mello was at my house.
Yeah, he was.
That was my little nephew, man.
Yeah, she knew not to ask me.
Yeah, that was my boy, man.
Yeah.
Like, he was there every week.
One thing I do beat myself up over is like, you know, she wanted me to move in with her.
Yeah, she did.
She wanted me to move in with her, and I didn't, bro. And I beat myself up. I beat myself up for a long time over that, man. I even ended up talking to my therapist about that shit, man. Like, you know, I never really. It brought me back to my father. You know what I'm saying? Because for like 2.5 years before even my pops passed, I didn't get to talk to him because of the issues that him and my mother had. You know what I mean? And then I got the phone call that he was gone. And I went through that same type of what's called denial until like I get to my pop's crib and I don't hear his voice and I'm still like, nah, this ain't real. And then I'm standing on the steps with my cousins and my grandfather and my father hearse pull up. And I had to pull him out the hearse. And I'm still like, I hope he's not in here. And when they opened that box and I saw my man's, that shit, it crushed me, man. So I got those type of feelings, you know what I mean? But
Yeah. Matt, do you feel since you was so like Ron just touched on the fact of how he was supposed to move in with her, and then you actually moved in. Do you feel like you missed something, or like, yeah? How you feel about that? Like,
I unfortunately missed something for like the last 5 years of our relationship.
Okay.
Mostly because of what I was going through. It was the same thing. Her and I rarely hung out outside the barbershop.
Yeah.
After that, you know, even though we saw each other weekly, it was a very honest exchange of emotion and conversation. But still, no matter what, man, there was a lot that I kept from her, and a lot that she didn't feel like she needed to talk to me, you know, intentionally about, because I think she was on a different path. She was trying to figure herself out. She was trying to save herself, and that was necessary. And I was in a hopeless state of mind. Absolutely hopeless. There was no guidance that could have been provided for my conversation, even though we had great philosophical ideologies to talk about. It didn't matter. In the end, I wasn't what she needed, right? So I know it's a painful thing for me to accept that when she had to express the people that she needed in her life at the time, I wasn't one of them. You know what I mean? I know I wasn't. It's fine. It's not that she still didn't judge me. She still didn't have anything out against me. But she knew that we were in different places. Yeah. That's fine. We could love each other all the same, but we were in different places. Yeah. So I have regrets, 100%.
Yeah,
my question for you, bro, is like,
you're not here to question me.
Well, I just need to know though. I need to know. Like,
I'm curious. Let him ask. Like, I'm curious.
What changed for you? And like,
you were the closest for the last year.
No, fast.
Last year?
I mean, at least.
I'm
saying closest in the last year. Obviously 3. But I mean, that last year, she opened to you.
Yeah, she did.
She opened to you. She ain't open to nobody else.
Yeah. It was honestly before that last year. I just ain't never expressed it to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because she asked me not to, you know. I was here, but I wasn't here. When I said it out loud when I got that call, like, you know, when she was gone, I said it out loud. God, why you didn't take me instead? You know what I'm saying? That's where I was at with it. And I honestly don't feel until like recently I'm able to, hey man, let's get Purpose on Purpose back going. You know? Cause it's like I hear her. But she came to me like 4 days afterwards and told me like, I'm always gonna be with you. And then she said a woman name that I can never remember and just got on, but she was like on a mission. You know what I'm saying? I'm a selfish person at times, you know what I'm saying? And I can do some selfish ass shit and fuck up life, you know, which I have done recently, about a year and some change, right? And I kind of want to be selfish with sis too. I don't want to let go of the fact that she's not here. So for me, I got to move like she's still here. I just can't FaceTime her or see her. You know, I got her pictures up in my house. My youngest son got her middle name. You know, I mean, my youngest son middle name is her name, you know.
So can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you think that her ability to open up to you was pretty timeline equivalent to the ability for you to actually break down your walls? Because you've been pretty stonewall as a personality. Like, I ain't got a lot of who you are. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
And I know Angel got a lot more of that than we've been able to. I got your stoic, stern, you know what I mean? You a wall to me.
Yeah.
But I call you my brother and I love you.
But that's enough said.
Like, I don't know you like, you know what I mean? I know
you gonna ride for me, I'm gonna ride for you, we gonna die together.
I ain't watch you cry like sis watch you cry, you know? So.
Nah, that's real. And vice versa though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Same.
But one thing I know about it, and I don't even mean to throw the butt on there, sis loves you like a brother.
Of course.
No matter if y'all wasn't close at that time, I genuinely know how much she loves you. You know what I'm saying? And how much you matter to her. You know? Because I can bring up an incident and some shit happened at the shop, you know?
Oh, I you don't gotta bring it up.
I ain't gonna go there.
We'll leave that one to school.
I ain't gonna go there. But sis was like, that's my motherfucking brother. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I respect how his perspective never changes because of what room he in, and he always speaks what's on his mind. You know? So we'll get to that whole building our relationships. No, I'm talking about our relationship, what you asked me. You know, we just gotta just kick it more. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
I am kind of like that. Like, I'm just like real. I'm not gonna say I'm just like this brick. It's just, man, we just gotta link.
Yeah.
That's it.
I agree.
And there's been a lot of conversations on us linking since she passed. You know what I'm saying? And we haven't.
I know.
You know,
which I drop the ball.
Yeah,
all the time.
It goes both.
I work my ass off.
Yeah, it goes both ways. I didn't say, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and it just don't happen. You know what I'm saying?
But you called me 3 days before we ready to do something.
I did.
Hey, we doing this in 3 days, bro. Get ready. Hold on, quick. Hold on. You got an outfit?
You sure 3 days? You sure 3 days or the same day?
I don't know if it's the same day.
I'm trying to give you benefit of the doubt, man.
Hey, Purpose on Purpose. Let's talk about it. Baby. Hey, we back in the building.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Good. Swag Shop. Shouts out to the Swag Shop.
Yeah, shouts out to my boy Barber B for letting us take over his
Blessings, B.
ugly, wonderful establishment.
2628 Southeast Power, across the street from Cleveland High School.
I just gave him his flowers. Thank you for letting us take over his ugly, wonderful establishment.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Barber B too. I remember the first time I met B, we interviewed B, and B gave me a hard time, but you know, it was still love. You know what I mean? But yeah, go to the YouTube channel Purpose on Purpose on YouTube and check out that interview too.
Yeah, so this season 3 really gonna be based on Angel. We just vibing out, having a hard conversation that a lot of us ain't really had with each other since. And that's what we're here to do for this season. Next season is gonna look like a whole new episode. Well, of course, it's a new episode, but What they said earlier. What you say earlier? Wait, no. What you say earlier?
Which part?
Oh, this Purpose on Purpose 3.
Yeah. That's third season, baby.
Right?
Yeah.
Third season, we back at it, man.
But yeah, that's what we doing. We'll have the hard conversations. We cry. We don't. It ain't nothing but love. So if you get your name get put, we're gonna put your name in one of Barbara B dirty hats, and we're gonna pull it out. You know, and then that's how we're gonna go by having our guests on here.
Jesus.
And we gonna
Hey, yo,
you know what I
That's
mean.
gonna be a special guest. Pulling out the dirty hat. It's a special guest, bro.
Jeez, no, private, son. Hey, yo.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
But you too busy making noise like muscular, you know.
Oh, man. I love this, though. You know what I'm saying? This is just, you know, it brings it back to the essence and the foundation of what we started the show on, man. Having fun and talking about the tough topics and getting real and getting vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? like.
Which I think, I'll be honest, man, that's everything I ever loved about that chair. That chair I sat in every week.
Yeah.
It didn't matter what I talked about. Didn't matter anything I touched on. I had to listen. I had an ear. And she might not agree, but it's fine.
Yeah.
I ruffle feathers in that barbershop more than 100 times.
Yeah.
I can't even fucking tell you.
But
You only count when to one.
Authenticism that you come with and that people sat in that chair with. You could be your authentic self in that chair. And you could talk about whatever's bothering you. And you're going to get an authentic answer on where she at with it. Like, you know
Based
what I'm
on
saying?
love.
Based on love. Yeah.
Based on love.
Yeah, what make you gravitate back to that shop? Because like you said, she wasn't welcoming at first, like with open arms. It took a while. But what was inside of you that had you going back and like, I gotta be in that chair. She gotta cut my hair.
In a slightly morbid point of view, tortured souls, you know? I'm not saying that that's what defines us as people ultimately, but Angel there's a reason she was a prophet. You know what I mean? In a way, her and I could speak on that level, because when there's a perspective based in humility, it generally comes from pain and torment. Right?
Facts.
When I'm speaking from a humble level, it's only because I've seen things from many shoes and many perspectives, and all I want to do is not cast judgment on anyone for their shortcomings or their way of, I guess, trying to cope with it, right? Because I think that's too what Purpose on Purpose was a little bit about, talking about subjects that we're all learning to cope with, PTSD shit, you know what I mean? Stuff that just took
shit
core.
that swept up under the rug.
Right, exactly.
And well, can you do me a favor and stop saying what was about, like is about, like we're here.
Okay.
All right, we're in the present.
I can do
you
that.
know, and it's been in the present. It was just one of the hardest things for myself to do without looking across and she wasn't there. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I went 9 months with no haircut.
Yeah.
I know.
Your
I
bad.
had for 9 months. I ain't get a haircut. I went to Walmart and bought clippers and cut my. And then I went to one random ass mohawk white dude on the corner. And he cut my hair fucked up. And then what did I do? I went back to the barbershop and I finally found. You know,
and we had Barbara B here the whole time.
We had Barbara B here the whole time, but I still gravitated back to the shop though.
Don't you dare give me that. I still had some care if he gonna bug it.
I still gravitated back to that shop though. I still
all day. You kidding me? I know. Spent 6, 7 years in Signature Cuts and then 10 years at Aphrodite's. Yeah.
Still gravitated over.
How do I not? I'm sad that I can't be there once a week. And I know I could put in the extra effort, but damn, man.
Yeah, it's hard being in there.
I do love is one thing that I think is a big focus is that we're all tethered. Eventually, at some point, we need to find a tether, right? There's something that brings us back to what makes our daily life happy. Right?
Purpose on Purpose, baby.
Right. There you go.
I'll show you my hair right now. You run out this damn shop, bro. You know how long I ain't had a haircut?
That bad?
Oh.
You better show the camera.
Nah, that shit look. That shit.
Oh, shit, now
that-
put the hat on.
Since the man with the freaking head.
Hey, so all right, let me tell you the story. Can I tell y'all the story?
You got no hair.
No, let me tell you.
You got no
But whoa.
You got no hair.
No, can I tell y'all the story behind why I don't have no hair? Like, I don't have no hair because I'm going bald.
Well, you got a good bald head, asshole.
Yeah.
Bald head.
Yeah. I
Everybody got wrinkles and lumps.
Don't blow that shit off for 2 weeks. See what happens. Don't blow that shit off for 2 weeks. See what happens.
Nah, sis used to save me. Sis used to hit me with the Boosie fade, right?
He got the Doc Rivers.
I did.
He got the Doc Rivers.
I did. You got the Whoopi Goldberg. You take that hat off, though. You got the Whoopi Goldberg. What movie was that? Purple?
You know, it's Django Unchained. That's what I got.
Man.
I got the
But look though,
The D is silent.
you know, it's a story behind it. I swear, there's a story behind why the top of his head look worse than his beard. But I ain't gonna go there. So
Next episode.
next episode. So
my man beard like Easter basket grass. I know he ain't over here talking.
is that funny? Your beard look like my beard smooth, yo. Wow, that was funny. That was funny. Easter basket green.
Grass. The grass that come with the Easter basket.
Okay, hey, in the comments, who beard looked the worst?
My beard fucked up. I told you I had to cut the beard. My shit wild right now.
Can you take the hat off though?
No, son. You know what?
Don't shoot it.
I'll take the hat off. I'll take the hat off. You know what I'm saying? My shit wrong.
Hey, you still got a respectable hairline.
You know what I'm saying?
If you can find that
Yeah, my shit look
about that, right?
He got Velcro strapped around his head.
It's all good. They was calling my shit crackhead brillo pad. I was what the fuck? Like,
But on a serious note though, Purpose on Purpose. Let's talk about it. Back in the building. Swag out with us. Season 3. Y'all hit that.
Shot, baby.
We back in business.
2628
It's been a 3 long. You want to do that again?
2628 Southeast Mall across the street from Cleveland High School. Come in the shop and get right.
Swag,
get your swag up. Shout out to my man Barber B.
That's crazy. He gave a shout out to a barbershop he ain't even take advantage of.
You know what?
I love my sis
That's
spot.
crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, I love my sis spot, but I love my Barber B too.
Yeah.
Episode
That's
2.
a bro right there.
We'll be back at y'all. Purpose on Purpose. Let's talk about it. Baby.